So this past week we had a free pit meetup. We have actually one of those a quarter. We may ramp that up to 2 a quarter. All different types of events. We did it in my yard. It felt really cool. It's just like a barbecue with family. You had people chopping up about business, wins, losses, some different things that they were going through in their personal life. People had a great time, some cocktails, some good foods brought to us by Finn. Sean and Pat are great guys. I appreciate them. They also swung by. Just a great yard full of people that come from all different industries, all different personalities, and make sure you guys get in the pit and get to that next event to meet the next person that may help bring you the biggest deal that you've ever had in your career. Now we're at Starbucks, and I'm going to be walking inside, and I'm going to be giving Pat Grippaldi, Gripp Stitches, a pit member, the $5,000 in cash. This guy was one of the first people that took a leap 9 months ago into his own business. Since then, his wife's transmission blew up, his truck blew up, his daughters had some health issues, so they had some medical bills from that. And this guy has not given up. He has not complained once. He just continues to try to work, put his head down, and figure it out. So there's nobody more deserving in my head for this $5,000 in cash, Pat Grippaldi. So I'm really excited to give it to him. I know he's going to put it to good use. And for everything that I want, everything my family wants. Right. My kids were out in the thing yesterday. Colton's bigger. He runs down the driveway. He's got limited space. Like, I want my bigger yard. I want a basement. When it's raining, my house is 2,600 square feet, but with that thing above the garage, you can't just send them up there.
Yeah, being on a main road sucks.
Yeah, and then being on.
Is that why you posted on Instagram? Like anybody looking to sell?
Yeah, I was looking in Orchard Crest and then another couple areas. I would love to buy something I could do the Fantasy Factory and have a nice house, but that's $3 million. I'm not doing that.
People that Updike's just sold. That where you were?
You're working.
That where you were at the no, right over there on your event. The first event.
Oh yeah.
The lavender farm.
They just sold,
yeah. That farm.
They just sold. I think they just sold their house too.
In the back.
They were across. Like if you were here, they were over there at that house.
Well, that area is kind of nice too. I don't want to be that far in Wall. That's more northern Wall. I want like Orchard Crest or even Allenwood. Yeah. Up past the golf
over
course.
like Shark River.
I wouldn't go to Shark River.
But like Marconi Road and stuff over in that back
Still
section.
too far north.
Yeah.
And everything I do is like here. This is as far north as I really
care to go.
Yeah, care to go. I want to just kind of live. I want to be able to pop the quad out the back. All those Orchard Crest houses, they all back up to the woods. I can make a little trail out to Allaire, right? Or over in Allenwood, I can make a trail over to the pits out there, like something me and my son can do and ride.
Even if you had, he could be riding out there whenever he wants, and then you could.
Exactly.
Okay, we're going to go something more cool up in PA. Pop this stuff on a trailer.
Exactly.
Go to PA.
Yeah, well, obviously I'd go to nicer riding spots. Even some of my buddy, like the kid I did the men's retreat at, his property backs up to Clayton. They can ride for days, dude. I'd go park at his house and go ride.
Charlie's house?
Yeah.
You ride for days out of his house.
Yeah.
His old place.
That's what I mean, in Manchester, you mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have you here for a reason.
Oh, boy. My wife's like, what does Ryan want? I was like, he could either yell at me. I said it could be a number of things. She goes, you didn't ask us, so I like surprises.
You were one of the first people that really took the leap into owning your own business. You left a $150,000 union job with union benefits and said, I want to be around my kids more. I want to be around my wife. I want a better relationship with my wife. Like I saw you the other day. This is what it's all about. You're riding the scooter from school with your daughter, right? You've had some medical issues with your daughter that put some pretty hefty bills on you. You go and quit your job and your truck breaks down, right? And
my wife's transmission.
Your wife's transmission blows up. And
my truck grenades a transmission.
So you haven't bitched and you haven't stopped. So I want to give you the $5,000 in cash. I trust that you'll use it wisely. I know you will.
I already thought if you did give it to me, that's going over here, and as soon as the shop opens up, that's payments for the lease. It's going to be like the nest egg for when I go in on the shop. That's just gonna cover me. That'll give me 3 months at least of covered lease payment, and that's kind of like that's going over here. It's not touching anything. That's for specifically for the lease, so I can have a little bit of wiggle room until I get employees filed in to actually which
I trust you to do whatever you're going to do with it. I've seen you work through these struggles, right? So I watch much closer than most people know, and that's why I'm able to punch when I do to move people off their block, right? You know, the guy yesterday from the construction group up north, I'm drawing a blank at this time, but he was saying, like, somehow Ryan just seems to be watching everybody and keeps you on your toes. I've been watching the whole time. You're working in your basement. You're up till 1 a.m. You're spending time with your family still. You have a family vacation coming up, which you haven't been able to do, right? You're grinding. You couldn't be a better candidate, and you're in the pit, and you're close to me. So I love you. I know you're going to do the right thing with it, and let's see where it takes you. And then we want to track you. You want to come down, see the shop, and get it open.
I contact them probably twice, once a week, once every 2 weeks. I hit this kid up, hey, what's going on? He keeps losing deals in Florida, keeps getting outbid. Home inspections come up, house isn't good, so he's trying to relocate. He swears to me this was his last job in the shop for some NBA player. And
it will happen.
Like, all right. I was like, but I've been hitting up, I know now the people that own the business parks down there. I've been talking to them. I'm like, hey, there's nothing open. And if I move any further north, you're looking, like 15 minutes north of me, the rent's up to like $2,200. If I stay 15 south of me, right in this area, it's like $1,000 a month for the same size. Mm-hmm. So it's like a huge difference. And I'm like, there's like 2 parks that I'm just like, something's got to open.
Let me ask you this. So since you took this jump, yes, it's been a struggle. Yes, you had some sicknesses with your daughter. Yes, you had some bills. We had to consolidate some debt, right? Is it worth it?
So far, yeah. Stressful as hell. If anybody said, oh, this is easy, oh, it's great. No, dude, it's the fucking hardest year of my life.
It's stressful to drive 4 hours to New York City every day.
Well, yeah, it's a different banger that you're wrangling. I feel like you're just like...
Is it making you tougher?
Oh, yeah.
More resilient? Are you growing?
Yeah, failure's not an option. It's, like I said, 3 months, not even 3, a month and a half after I left, transmission blows up. It's a $7,800 bill. Like, okay, whatever.
Got no choice.
It's a $50,000 truck. Like, I got to fix it because the new ones are $100. So I fix it for my wife. Mine goes, what are you going to do? Just keep going. And it's like funny because it's like the hardest year of my life, and somehow everything's still like,
you're still doing it.
I'm still doing it.
Still figuring it out.
I got a lot of work booked for winter. I mean, I just locked in a client that has an $18,000 budget, $18,000 to $20,000 budget on a Model A that we're going to be doing full interior on.
That's awesome.
The second week of December.
And I want to start capturing more of your work because you're extremely talented, you're creative, and there's not a lot of people in this space as you're discovering that's doing what you're doing, which is why you're gonna take this thing to as big as you want to take it.
I know it. It's coming.
I had 100 nominations, dude.
Really?
Over probably 100 nominations. And listen, there were some great stories, and you want to be able to help, everyone, or at least help 5 or 10 of the top stories that you hear. You being somebody that I already know, and again, people may say, "Oh, you gave it to somebody new." Yeah, because this person's in my world. They're paying for the pit. You're coming to events. You're trying to put yourself in proximity of people who are vibrating on a different level than you. That's why you want it, because you fucking deserve it. And when I told you that you were nominated by other people, you didn't want the money.
I totally know. I said, give that shit to somebody else.
Oh, that's why you get it.
I appreciate it.
That's why you get it.
It's pretty crazy.
You fucking man. Maybe get your hips fixed.
No. My wife keeps telling me to go to the doctor. I'm not going to the doctor. I need hip replacements. I'm not getting it. I'll be fine. I get on my inversion table, I'll be good.
Good stuff.